these are the, I got a couple of the paper wallets. They're actually really cool. I like the idea of like turning that into like an instant like offline wallet. I think that's really awesome. Um, so seriously, those are really cool wallets. I love the, I can't get past it. They're really fantastic. CoinPunk is maybe half that cool. So CoinPunk is basically CoinPunk is the first open source hybrid web wallet. It's very similar in design to blockchain, except that the entire stack is open source, so including the back end. I've been working on it with a grant from the Bitcoin Foundation, which essentially just paid my living expenses for 3 months, so I could just work on it full time. And I spent the summer, figuring out how to do cryptography in the browser, which is kind of the most insane thing you can get into in programming right now. It's kind of the Wild West. There's a lot of missing functionality, missing libraries. There's no like official cryptography for the browsers except for spare a single function that gives you a better random number, which before that you had to use like this number that I would not trust Bitcoin like private key security with. This is it has only recently become possible to safely do Bitcoin wallet work in the web browser itself. So the way that most kind of web-based wallets work is that they have like a server, right? And so and the server stores the private keys. And the problem with that is that we've had a ridiculously high amount of Bitcoin wallet theft over the last 2 or 3 years. Some of these wallet thefts have been worth $5 million worth, US dollars worth of Bitcoins, which is just, bank heists don't even get that good sometimes. And so it's a really big problem. And CoinPunk started as kind of a classic kind of server-based wallet because it's like the easiest thing to do because you can just plug into the official Bitcoin reference implementation and have it do all of the key management, and it's just easy. So I did that in like 4 days, and then I took it to the Bitcoin convention or conference, the big one they did in San Jose last year, the foundation ran, and I basically got berated by everybody. They were like, "This is going to get hacked in like 3 days. You need to freaking rewrite this and do like client-side JavaScript because like I'm not putting my money in this shit." And it's like, okay, I could try to do that. I'm pretty good at JavaScript just accidentally because like I have to do it for web browser stuff, and I'm a web developer. So I started digging around, and I found a bunch of libraries for doing Bitcoin cryptography in the web browser. And I was like, okay, I think that this is possible, but it's probably going to take me at least a couple months to do it. So I just started working on it, and I got a grant for it, and I spent the entire summer working on it. So it's basically it's in. Let's checking my time. It's in beta right now. So I did a beta launch about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks. It works. I haven't lost any money yet. I'm not saying that it's not possible to lose money with it. But it's just one of those things where I'd like a few people to start kind of like hardcore developers to start messing around with it and looking for bugs and stuff before I go around and be like, hey, this is production. You should just start using this right now. The goal of creating a more secure platform, I think, it's a very difficult challenge because obviously the best way to do security, well, theoretically the better way to do security is to put it on the desktop and have like a desktop client, because then an attacker has to break in with a Trojan horse or a server is a really easy target because it's this one thing that has like several $1 million worth of Bitcoins in it. And, hackers can figure out how to break into these systems. They can buy exploits on the Russian black market and just break into these systems like they're nothing. And so there's another problem though. So the way that CoinPunk works is it puts the encryption on the browser and then encrypts it into a payload. It sends it to the server as kind of a backup. So the server has like a security deposit box, right? It's a different model than like a traditional bank. It's not like you give them your money and then they change a number in their database and then that's your money. But they don't take your money and like put it into a security deposit box. But that's essentially what CoinPunk does. And the next kind of level of security problem once you've done that is that a hacker can break in and change the JavaScript source code that's being served to the browser. And that's like another security attack. But there are ways to solve that problem, including things like offline caching of the application and signing of the JavaScript by putting it into like a Chrome plugin or something like that. So it's raised the security bar. It hasn't solved the problem of security, but it's improved it. It's also theoretically possible to just run CoinPunk as a standalone application. the goals for CoinPunk, because it's like, why are you making another, hybrid Bitcoin wallet? We've already got one. We don't have a fully open source one. And one of the problems that I see with the Bitcoin ecosystem right now is that we have an awful lot of exchanges, but they're kind of designed for advanced users. And we have a pretty decent selection of like desktop clients, but also it's just, it's kind of difficult for kind of laymen to, get into that, like people that aren't like, Bitcoin experts. It's really nice to be able to just go to a website and be able to sign up for a wallet. So what I'm trying to do is help to create regional and like country-specific wallet startups. So what I'm doing is providing CoinPunk as like you can use this as a base to build like a wallet, for example, in Singapore. You could figure out how to hook up with an exchange in town and use it so that you have, here's a nice wallet interface, you can buy Bitcoins from it, you can store them here safely. And so that way they don't have to focus on rewriting their own Bitcoin client. They can focus on dealing with the local kind of regulatory and exchange problems and things like that. I'm planning on releasing it as like doing a production release of CoinPunk in like a month or two. I have a lot of features to add still. I want to add an API for developers, make the internationalization better, do things like currency value tracking so that you can kind of track how much money you've like made by buying Bitcoin since it's gotten into the wallet. Because just like little kind of interesting features like that. But in a nutshell, it's literally it makes it so that any kind of web developer that can run a server can run their own bank. And it's not like a classic kind of bank, but it's like a bank where it's just a bunch of safety deposit boxes. And that's a pretty profound thing because our entire society is based on this notion that you have to trust a central authority to actually protect your money and to send it to other people. And Bitcoin just completely kills that concept. I mean, it just obsoletes like one of the biggest industries in the world. And that's what I'm really interested in. But in order for it to work, Bitcoin's like email, right? It's okay if there's a Gmail, right? But if it was only Gmail and Hotmail and nothing else worked with email would be a pretty shitty protocol for sending messages to people. So, we have to have a better wallet ecosystem. We have to have more wallet startups, and we have to have ones that are focused on regional cultures and countries that make it very easy for people to get into Bitcoin and make it very easy for people to acquire Bitcoins from the fiat currencies that they currently work with. I see this as the biggest problem with Bitcoin right now, and that's why I'm focusing on the wallet side of it, and I hope that I can make something that helps to improve that system. So, thank you.